is. Let me see if I can get this working again. We had a little bit of technical difficulties tonight, which allowed me to end my stream early, which I didn't want to. So I went upstairs, watched the game on the big TV, and I don't think anybody would have predicted that Atlanta would be up 2-0 after this series, especially when you thought going in that Buehler and Kershaw were going to be your main two guys that you had to face. But now with Kershaw may not be able to go till game 4, and it's a real possibility now that Kershaw may not get a ball until he's down 3-0, and that's just insane to think about. A lot of discussion about tonight's ball game. Obviously, Atlanta's offense, their offense came alive yet again. Past 2 games rather, not 3 games. I'm getting ahead of myself here. The Atlanta Braves have scored 13 runs on the Dodgers, and the Dodgers got to the bullpen in the 9th inning with Josh Tomlin. So let me just go full screen with this since I can't get the score down in the background here. I'll have a lot of time to fix this tomorrow. But the big debate right now is simply, did the Dodgers gain momentum or did they not gain momentum? 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th, and all these runs being scored off the Braves bullpen. O'Day came in and struggled. Josh Tomlin came in and really struggled. They were talking about him pitching games 4 or game 5, and after that, what we saw in the 9th inning, I would have to say that we've lost a little bit of faith in that idea. I know he hadn't pitched in weeks, but obviously the Dodgers had his number. He was getting behind on hitters. He got behind on Muncy and threw him a cookie, and Muncy pretty much showed him what he does to cookies. Bellinger came through with the RBI triple there to make it really interesting, but A.J. Pollock grounds out, and Riley bails Atlanta out again. So it's about the nice surprises coming from the unexpected places, and with Austin Riley showing his glove tonight, as well as his bat last night, he has been quite the pleasant surprise for the Atlanta Braves. One thing that I saw for the Dodgers, yeah, the bats came to life finally, and we were talking about this on FS1, how the Dodgers have now gained momentum. Unless you can take some runs from tonight and add them to tomorrow's score, there's the momentum it cuts off at the 27th out. So I am not a big believer in that, and if I was a big believer in momentum, it would probably lie on the side of Atlanta at this point, because they escaped that jam. I mean, they could have very easily given up the lead right there, but obviously they did not. They got that final out, and so kind of like a sigh of relief. And it kind of shows Atlanta at the same time that you can't get complacent. It's a good lesson for them tonight that you cannot get complacent when they were up. They won 5-1 yesterday. They were up 8-3, heading into the 7th. It would be very easy to get complacent. Actually, they were up 7-0 going into the 7th, and that's when Seager hit that opposite field bomb. So, and like Dontrell Willis said at the end, he goes, it's 2-0 Atlanta. I mean, where is that momentum? Everything that the Dodgers did tonight all went for naught. So, start over again tomorrow. Maybe they have finally found their stroke, and we'll get a few more runs and see how they treat Kyle Wright. But outside of the 9th inning, the offense had been non-existent in this series. And so tomorrow is, really a must-win game for the Dodgers. I thought tonight was a must-win game for them because everybody was coming into this series thinking that the Dodgers would be up 2-0, especially when they had Buehler pitching in game one, and obviously game two was Kershaw's until his back kind of told him that it wasn't. So one thing, there's a lot of questions for the Dodgers actually. How well is Kershaw's back? Is he going to be able to be fully effective in game four? That's a big issue. Not only is the fact that he may not, he may not be 100% healthy, but at the same time, he may get the ball down 3-0, and it's going to be all on him again. And it would be a shame if he lost that game. It would be the Kershaw curse. Well, no, not exactly. I believe that this Dodgers team is not the same team that they were back in 2017 and 2018, which is unfortunate for them. Of course, they got the pop in the lineup, but they didn't have the consistent pop like you had with Puig, like you had with Machado. You are now looking at an offense that's more geared towards line drives than it is long balls. So the identity has changed there for them. And at the same time with the pitching, Hyunjin Ryu, and Kenta Maeda, I thought they were the staples of that Dodgers staff, along with Kershaw. I think that's what made the Dodgers great, but the Dodgers let them go. And Atlanta has beaten Buehler before, a couple years ago in the NLDS, and Freeman got him in game one, and they survived his outing. So the Braves can stick with the Dodgers. I mean, obviously they're up 2-0. So how are the Dodgers going to respond tomorrow? It's all on Urias, or Urias, however you pronounce his name. I know I've heard different pronunciations, so if any of you can give me correct pronunciation, that would be awesome. Okay, there we go. So yeah. Alright, let me end the stream and come back. So as we're looking at it right now, we will go over everything. I mean, hell, I'm a Braves fan. I would not think that we would be up 2-0 right now. I don't know if Atlanta is this good or if the Dodgers are running into bad luck with, the blisters from Buehler, Kershaw's back. I mean, who knows what would happen tonight if Kershaw started. And you saw that the Dodgers got to the Braves bullpen. So if this was a close game and all of a sudden the Dodgers offense exploded there in the 7th and the 9th innings, this would have been possibly a different story. But like Dontrelle Willis said, heading into the post-game show, I mean, all the guys are like, well, this has woken the Dodgers up. This is the momentum's on their side. No, like Dontrelle Willis was kind of touching on, momentum was taken away when that final out was made. You scored 7 runs and it was not enough. I believe that was the most the Dodgers have scored in a game so far in this postseason. Correct me if I'm wrong. I will actually look it up right now. But yeah, the Dodgers woke up, but they woke up a little bit too late. And you can't take runs from tonight and put them on the scoreboard tomorrow. So what's done tonight is done. The Muncy homer was great, but it was not enough. The triple by Bellinger was great for them, but it was not enough. So now you have to figure out how to beat a team 4 out of 5 times when they have won 7 straight entering the postseason. And I chose the Dodgers in 7 games, but after these first 2 games, I don't see it happening. I don't know if Clayton Kershaw is going to be healthy enough to be effective in Game 4. And we don't know if Clayton Kershaw is getting that ball with a 2-1 deficit or a 3-0 deficit. Um, if the Dodgers go down 3-0 in this series, it's obviously over because you'd have to beat Fried and Anderson. You know, you'd have to beat them both. It's not beat one or the other. You'd have to run the gamut on both of them. And Anderson hasn't given up a run yet in the postseason. So it's very murky right now for the Dodgers. Now, if I can go and look up the box score here for the Dodgers, and no, they did beat the Padres 12-3. I was mistaken. I forgot about Will Smith's game there at the end, but this was the second most runs they scored in a game this postseason, and they came out on the short end, and now that's the problem. The Dodgers pitching was a big talking point coming into this series. And let's face it, the Dodgers pitching isn't what it used to be a couple years ago. Now, if you had Hyunjin Ryu, if you had Kenta Maeda still, I believe you guys for LA would have an amazing chance not just to win the pennant, but to go on and win the whole thing. But they let some really key guys go. I think Puig added a lot of pop to that bat, to that lineup rather, and I thought that Machado there in the infield was great for them too. But now both those guys are gone. Great offensive pieces, and now Atlanta scored 13 runs in the past 2 games here against this Dodgers pitching staff. The offense was supposed to step up, and they did step up, but it was a little bit too little too late. So, where do the Dodgers go from here? It's a good question. So tomorrow it's Urias against Kyle Wright. Both great pitchers in their own regard. Now, Kyle Wright's come on as of late. Ever since he switched his positioning on the rubber, his ERA has dropped, and his success has been much more abundant. I think it's kind of what the Braves fans have been looking for. But, like I said at the beginning, the Dodgers offense is led by Mookie Betts and also led by Cody Bellinger. Wherever the offense goes is going to be dictated by where they go. Muncy had a clutch homer. Seager got the ball rolling tonight in the 7th inning. When it comes to Josh Tomlin, I don't think you'll see him starting in Game 4 or 5. I think he just showed that tonight that the Dodgers would eat him alive. And there's going to be better options out there. I mean, honestly, I would rather add Sean Newcomb to the roster and start him before anything else. But if we can look at the pitching for tomorrow, of course, Kyle Wright going, and Julio Urias going for the Dodgers. He's 2-0 in the postseason. I mean, he's only given up 4 hits in 8 innings pitched. I mean, that's pretty efficient, but then again, that's the Brewers, that's the Padres, but the Padres is a much more potent offense. So it all comes down to, because it's familiarity. Because
boom.
What's up? I heard the word boom. Let's see. Did y'all hear that too? Did y'all hear the boo? That was kind of fun. But yeah, with Urias, I mean, you've got a man who's got a lot of weight on his shoulders for tomorrow. 55 innings pitched, and you know, it's going to be a big test for him against this lineup. If he can hold them down to at least less than 5 runs, I think they got a shot, but man, it's going to get tough. So I'm going to be working on this stuff tonight, getting ready for Game 3 tomorrow. We will have a better working system. Let's see. But yeah, it'll be at 6:05. I should be on by 5:45. I should have all the kinks fixed, and hopefully, you know, my friend won't run out of gas, and I'll spend 2 hours that I could be working on this going to help him. So join me tomorrow, as I'll have to talk about a little bit more of Game 2, as I'm still trying to process this. This was just a crazy game. It was a tale of 2 offenses for the Dodgers. So we'll talk about who shows up tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to make it through the entire game without having any technical difficulties. So we will see you guys then. Thank you for joining me. See you later.